All right, listen up, you maggots. A lot of people recap this radio. This is a Hallicrafters SX42, and they don't do these two capacitors because they can't get to them. Now, I told you take the side plate off, and you can easily unsolder them. All right, I'm going to jump real quick to this. I don't want to forget this. This here is the AVC. There's 1.01 in there. There's two 1 meg resistors that go up in value a little bit. I say leave them alone, but make sure you change this 0.01 because that's your AVC. Now, coming over here, you have two capacitors. They're in the cathode of these two are in the cathode of the first two RF tubes. Now, many people recap this radio and they don't change these two capacitors. Now, what these two capacitors do is they increase the gain of the RF amps. So if they're shorted, you won't get as much gain from the tube. They're actually very important. If you're going to talk recap in a radio, you want those two caps. Now, what I realize is I have to remove this capacitor. It's bolted onto the chassis. It's sort of soldered also. I've been undoing the wires. This comes off, and that'll let me get to the other side of this capacitor, which goes to the cathode of the tube socket. But these two caps, if you're not going to redo these two caps, don't even bother recapping the radio if it works. You're just wasting your time. After you get your RF in there in the radio, it gets harder and harder to really knock it down with a bad capacitor. The front end, your signal comes in, it's very weak. You got anything wrong, you're going to make the radio deaf. Now also, hiding here on each one of these, make sure I'm in the frame, there's a square 0.01. Replace that with a disc capacitor. Most of your other capacitors won't fit in that space. But I just want to do a real quick video to show you the most problem area. And I told you taking the side plate off, which makes you have to take the front panel off. That's the way I'm doing this. If you really want to seriously do it. And I told you, I do a couple steps every day. This is part of my keep busy retirement plan. If I was to stand over this all day long and do each section, it would become very frustrating because you have to plan out what you want to do, each move. Now, I could just cut these wires and then pull this out and then re-extend them and all, but I am unsoldering each wire. It takes time. It takes patience. But I just wanted to show you that this is probably the most difficult capacitors to do. I think that's it. All right, that's it.